I find my female companionship online, really, through virtual means. So I got to know her through her website. She's a cam girl. You know, it started simple enough. Like, Katie was nothing more than a cam girl to me.
Okay, so it's an adult webcam site that she has, right?
Yes.
So there's something sexy and erotic and
It's a legal online webcam business.
All right.
Not all the relationships has a romantic nature. Some of my clients just want a friend to talk to, so it's not all sexual. So just you
sometimes
understand.
there's talking.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So you met her that way.
Yeah, like I would just log on every once in a while. She'd provide her services, and then
I guess you have to pay for this, right?
Yeah,
you have to pay for the
it.
service.
Yeah, you have to pay for the service.
Is it a monthly fee, or is it every
could be
time you go
monthly.
into the page?
It really depends how often you use it. It ended up becoming monthly for me, but that's because things started to change. You know, like we started talking, and she started talking to me differently, like opening up about herself, like sharing personal things about her life, and
For example?
like things that she would like experiences like troubles that she's had with men in the past, you know, like how she's been treated through her life as just a sex object, you know, and just all the time she's been like brokenhearted, and she even wanted to like get out of the cam girl business and start like a new thing. Like, so I just started growing feelings for her. I got really comfortable, and I found myself opening up, like sharing the sort of stuff I would never share with anyone. And I totally fell in love with her. You know, I looked forward coming home every day. Yeah, it got to the point where I was every day just coming home from work, logging on just to see her. And then I would spend all this extra cash to like spend more time with her so she wouldn't have to deal with like all the other guys that she wouldn't even care for.
What do you mean? You were sending her money?
Yeah, it started off that way. Just like, you know, paying for like longer hours, you know, and more time, and you know, just so we could just talk to each other.
What do you do for a living?
I'm an accountant.
You're an accountant?
Yeah.
A CPA?
Yeah.
How many times have you seen her personally?
Never.
None. Dr. Paul,
Today is the first day you
this
see her
is first
personally?
time
Yeah,
I have seen
This is the
physically.
first time you see
Yes.
the real person.
Yes.
Oh, you must be very excited. Aren't you?
Considering that
sad.
we've been in touch
Nah.
for half a year, and he considers me as a real girlfriend, and he's never seen me, and he was sure that we had a real relationship, while my website clearly states entertainment purposes
These were
only.
actions that she actually supported. Like she expressed to me, like I would express my feelings for her, and she could have just stopped it right there.
Dr.
But
Paul,
she
Dr. Paul,
she
excuse
didn't.
me.
She ran along with it.
It's my job. This is my job to form a
Right.
bond with each client.
But Eric, how old are you?
42.
42. Have you ever had a significant relationship with anybody?
To be honest, I'm still a virgin. I know this sounds crazy, but I am.
Well, I saw the movie 40-Year-Old Virgin. I thought it was cute. So you've never had a relationship with anybody, and you had never met her in person?
Not in person, no. I mean, she only knows what I've looked like because I've sent her pictures and stuff. Like she.
Because it's
Okay,
online
but
camera.
talk to me
web.
about
Yeah,
the
I know.
$40,000. What are these for? You're asking her to reimburse you $40,000.
Yeah,
That's a lot of money, Eric.
20,000 for like all the extra time that I spent on her website. You know, like
For
living
extra
a lie.
time?
I showered her with like really expensive gifts. We're talking like diamonds, earrings, leather designer boots.
Which I've never asked for any of that. I've never asked for any of that.
And there was also $15,000 that I had to borrow
Borrow?
to help her start her new business. I loaned her $15,000.
He never
Do
loaned
you have
me
like
anything.
a letter from her, a request?
I have
asking you to
I have
start-
our last conversation, like, you know, where I ended up offering her the money. Like she never requested it.
Offering. He offered me the money.
Okay.
after I thought you were opening up a nail salon.
I've never asked this man to do anything. I've never asked this man to subscribe to my website. I never asked him to send me gifts as any other my paying clients who are paying for my services willingly. I've never asked anything. I haven't found this guy. He
Eric,
was
do
the
you
one
live
who
by
found my
yourself?
website.
Yeah, I live by myself.
You live by yourself.
Yeah, I got a small condo.
Have you ever been evaluated by a psychologist?
When I was little, you know, when I grew up pretty much bullied and picked on, I had a stuttering problem that pretty much got fixed, but
So,
it never.
so did your evaluation conclude in anything? Was there a diagnosis of some sort?
Social anxiety disorder was.
Social anxiety disorder. Here's what I'm seeing here. I feel that you created a world in your head that wasn't real.
Exactly.
When you told me that you had loaned her $15,000 that she did not request, you were clear to express that to me. So you're in touch with a big part of reality. What do you feel? You feel deceived?
Deceived, heartbroken.
Heartbroken.
Like
You thought that this was
destroyed,
for real.
really.
You thought that she was really into you and in love with you and that you were...
Yeah.
This is all too common. When someone thinks that, well, I have no way of actually talking to women, so I'm just going to pay somebody to do such things with me, and then they fall in love. And then they don't understand or realize why they might actually just struggle with women. They think, oh, maybe it's because I just don't know how to talk to them. But in reality, we can look at him and see that this goes deep. This starts a long, long time ago. For example, these dreadlocks that he has on his head, those don't just happen overnight. Those form over a long period of time. And you can tell based off the top of his head that he has not washed his hair probably in a long time, that it's looking a little greasy, and that he probably used to have dreads there that have fallen off because they just have gotten so heavy and gunky that they just fall off. When people have these type of hairstyles, they take good care of them, and it's a process, and it looks beautiful when you do it right. But this is someone who is not taking care of their hair. This is someone who doesn't take care of themselves. And usually you can kind of depict how someone takes care of themselves based off of their hair. What does it look like? What does it smell like? And I'll be honest with you, women care a lot about this type of thing. Now, when it comes to the situation, I don't believe that he should have to get his money back. Because if you are paying a woman to do something for you in a relational sense, it is purely her job. She most likely will never, ever fall for you. It's very rare that that can happen. And if you think that just because you give someone money that suddenly now they're going to want you, but you don't make any changes on your hair, your hygiene, or anything like that, then it's going to cause some problems for you. So what do you guys think? Do you think he deserves the money, or do you not think he deserves the money?
When did you realize that she was not going to run with you into the sunset and you were going to get married and ride the horse?
After I sent the check and found myself blocked from logging into her website. Like my whole account was just blocked. Blocked.
And at that point you realized, ooh, I am
I was
being
a sucker.
deceived.
I've been suckered. Yeah, scammed.
All right. What happened?
The thing is that Eric Powell here, after sending me a gift of $15,000, which is a gift, it's not a subject.
It was a loan.
Where is the agreement? What are my terms of paying you back? Where is all that? Where is me asking you for a loan? I've never asked you for anything, as much as I never ask anybody to send me any gifts. Everything what my clients do, it's out of their own free will. I don't force anybody to do anything.
Do we have evidence of that chat?
Yeah.
Does anybody have it? Yeah, let me see it. Let me see it.
Here you go.
Thank you. All right. Let's see what the chat says. Did you come up with a name for your business yet? He asked you, and you said, not yet, baby. I still don't know if I can get started without the money. I'm a little bummed about it. I've already told you that I could help you out. I don't like to see you bummed out. Oh, you're so sweet.
It's just a regular conversation where I'm not
I
asking
love it
for
when you
nothing.
send me hearts.
It's my work, yes.
and you
it's
send
regular
him
for me.
hearts, and he sends you hello, and that's it. I'm sending you the money, he says.
Yes.
And then you say, you really don't have to do
You-
that.
Yes.
babe." So you actually discouraged him from sending you
Yes.
the money. Was it the moment where you realized that perhaps he wasn't dealing with reality in a real sense?
Dr. Paul, I think that the fact that Eric just said that he is a virgin and he never had a real relationship in real life, it doesn't change anything about the situation, but maybe it can explain what he wanted out of our conversation and out of our communication in the internet. If sex was
Well,
what he wanted,
that's not-
a hooker or a prostitute would be a better
That's
choice
totally
to
not what
spend
it
the money.
was.
I'm not a prostitute. I never positioned myself
I
as
never
a
called you a
If
prostitute.
could-
That
if
was
you
not-
could
I
explain-
understand. I understand.
Stop trying to make
I
me look
understand.
like some sort
Tell
of
me
freaking
something.
pervert.
What was your perception of your communications with him?
He
What
logged
did you
in.
feel?
He logged in into my website, right? He became my new customer, my client. My job as a professional is to form a bond with each client, to
Right, so
fill
they
their
come back
needs, their
again
requirements, so
and
they
again.
will come back.
Exactly.
That's a job well done.
Right.
So he came in. I realized I don't ask people, okay, what do you want? Sometimes I do, sometimes I not. I realized he was shy. I understand. It's not, I'm doing this for 3 years already now.
Okay.
And he was shy, and I clearly understood that this man, well, by talking to him, I understand that he's looking for a real-like relationship. He's looking for an online girlfriend. That's what I was for him. That's what I was for him. I was providing him with that, nothing more. I
that's the service.
never communicated it with him free of charge.
So this begs the question, it's a moral issue. I think that if this is the type of work that you want to go into, I mean, that's your prerogative. You can go into this type of business, and I get it. Like, you're doing it because there's a lot of men out there that are lonely and they have money to throw, and they're throwing money at you for very simple things. I mean, conversations over text, that's kind of crazy. You could literally go to the local coffee shop and talk to your barista and pretend to flirt, and then you never have to pay them a dime. I mean, I just don't understand what leads somebody to believe that this is their best option at getting some form of attention. In this situation, it's hard for me because I do think that there is a little bit of her understanding a little bit of the situation and taking advantage of the situation. When you have someone who is talking about your business and you're talking about the things you need for the business, and this is someone who already has suggested that they're in love with you and that they're willing to send you money, I feel like she knew that the money was going to come in and she knew that he would pay it. And so she towed that line close enough to where she could get him to freely send the money, and that's it. I think that's wrong to do, but that's not her responsibility. That is 100% on the guy. He is the one who needs to be smart enough to realize that this girl is not his girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? So I want to know what you guys think about this. Do you agree that what she did is wrong and that she was taking advantage, or do you think this is all on him?
It was always for payment.
Okay. I
So
understand.
I don't understand what the
I
issue is.
understand. Who did you borrow the $15,000 from?
My mom.
Your mother?
Yeah.
Is
she's
she here today?
Yeah, she's here today.
Let's ask
Your
her-
mom is supposed to be taking you to court. What am I doing
Let's
here?
ask her to come in. I want to talk to the mother, please. So you're Eric's mother,
Yes, I'm his mother.
and you loaned him the sum of $15,000. Did he tell you what he needed the $15,000 for?
He needed the $15,000 because I was under the impression that this girlfriend needed it for a new business that she was going to be starting.
We've never met.
That was going to be my next question. Had you ever met the girlfriend?
No, basically my son had this change of attitude because as a child, he was very shy and reserved. So when I saw a change in attitude that he had, I asked him what's going on, and he's like, Mom, there's this amazing girl. And he showed me pictures of her, the interactions they were having, and how happy he was with her.
What
And
interactions?
all the text and everything that they were going through it. And so when he asked me to get a loan for her to open up her business, I was more than happy because I saw how happy he was.
I'm sorry, Mom, but if you are doing this and you don't see the writing on the walls, you're just as crazy as he is. I mean, you look at the messages and you know that he's paying this girl on a webcam site. You know that when she offers up the business information and he's like, I need to send her some money so she can start this business. If you're his mother and you don't realize that this is an issue and a red flag, you must have, I mean, it's the writing's on the walls. You raised this guy who can't wash his hair and has, non-intentional dreadlocks forming in his head. I mean, there's something going on here, and this mother is just as wild as he is. If you thought that this was a genuine giving of cash to somebody in need or to your son's girlfriend, I'm sorry. You also do not deserve this money either.
So,
Have you loaned him money in the past?
yes, and he's always paid me back.
He always pays you back.
Yes.
Are you frustrated because your son doesn't have a real life relationship
Yes.
and that you feel that he's lopsided, he's missing something, he's anxious and he desires to have a connection with a
Yes,
person?
and I was actually so happy when I saw how happy he was that's why I said, okay, I will lend you the money because I wanted him to be happy because
But
he was happy
we
with
cannot
her.
judge our children just based upon their happiness. Especially when we have a special kind of child. And you have a special kind of child.
Yes.
And you know it. We're going to invite Mr. Allende Reed, who's a licensed clinical social worker, and I believe is an expert on addiction and mental health. What could you tell me about Mr. Eric Powell?
It sounds, from what I've heard, that he's become addicted to some online pornography by engaging with.
But I don't think their relationship was there pornography. Was he asking you for sexy things?
There was some sexy things, but we
the
also
beginning.
talked.
But it wasn't all about that.
It wasn't all about that.
It was
no.
more about the human connection.
Yes, and it's
the
not
emotional.
It's not the
he was
only
making
client
an emotional
like that.
connection
Yes.
with you without you being reciprocal. You were not reciprocating.
I am there for whatever you want me to be, for the time you're paying me
For
to be
that.
that.
I think the interesting word that you used was reciprocal. So, Mr. Eric is seeking something. There's something lacking, a void, an emotional discomfort, and he's seeking to fill that by seeking out this relationship. Well, she may not necessarily be wanting to reciprocate everything that he's seeking, but one of the things he's seeking is the appeal of who she is, what she presents. And so he's getting fed that pleasure from what he's viewing. It's a very slippery slope. When you look at the fact that over 40 million users in America utilize media such as webcams, media such as stimulating media through the internet. It's one of those things where when you take certain steps in the wrong direction and you're not careful, you can end up going down a very dark path. And clearly, it sounds from what I've heard that Mr. Eric has a lot of issues stemming from his past of isolating, as you mentioned, finances appropriately, somewhat, but not appropriately.
Sometimes we are able to provide the tools for them to do more harm than good. Look at me, my friend. Look at me. At what time, at what moment did you think that this was a personal, truthful, real relationship?
Honestly, when I started expressing the actual feelings I've had for her, and she told me that she felt the same on multiple occasions.
Where?
I didn't bring everything with me today.
Did you ever tell him that you felt the same way for him?
I say what people want me to
tell them.
It's
Okay.
clear
And,
it's
I
not
need to
you
make
real.
believed
something
it.
clear. I need to make something clear. Look, I'm not some sort of a freaking psycho, all right? Like, I'm not mentally
here,
sick.
here,
I'm just,
here.
I'm a bit of a weirdo, sure, but I'm not.
Coach, listen to me. You describe yourself as a weirdo, but this is what worries me.
I wouldn't hurt anyone.
No,
That's not
I'm
my thing.
I'm not saying
I'm
you're
not
gonna,
a sex
I
addict.
am not going. I'm not suggesting any
Not
of
some
that,
sort of pervert.
and I am not judging you as any of that. Listen to me. This is what worries me. You are losing touch with reality. When you started sending her money and gifts without having met her in person, That's preoccupying to me. It's worrisome. It should have been to you too. Because at some point, you need to meet the person in person. You got to know what they feel like. Look at me, I'm touching you. You see? I'm here, I'm close. You can feel the warmth of my skin, you know? I mean, these are the connections that make people bond. And this is what gives foot so that you can give them a gift. Otherwise, they're an image in the computer. Listen to me. I am going to go back to my desk and I am going to take a break. And when we come back, I'm going to make a ruling. And I hope you don't get offended. I hope you learn from it. And you take your life and you do something good about it. Okay? When did you believe that this bond was significant enough for you to borrow money from your mother and send it to a perfect stranger?
I just feel that way, the way she was talking to me. I don't even know what to say. I feel like such an idiot.
Are you trying to tell me that if I meet you at a park and I sit next to you and I just start telling you pretty things or things you want to hear or you long to hear, you would be willing to ask your mother for another $15,000 and just give them to me?
I don't know. I don't know if I could ever open myself up like that again to anyone.
And you don't have therapy to help you realize, boy, I'm really out of whack here. You know, I'm really into this woman that I've never met in my life, and I'm sending her $15,000. It would behoove you. It would be in your best interest to get some therapy. You're a good person. You're functionable, and you're handsome. You have beautiful eyes, by the way. I saw them up close. I am sure that you can make somebody real happy.
Thanks.
This is going to, it's going to hurt you. But sometimes only pain shows us a real lesson. When it hurts is when we really learn. I have no choice but to rule against you. As you understand, you did all of this voluntarily. She never asked you for anything. She offered you what she thought you needed. And she thought you were a reasonable person who understood where you stood. So, I am very sorry, but you're going to have to take the loss and learn the lesson. And this is how I rule.
Thank you.
Well, I agree with this judgment 100%. I think that if you are going online and paying someone for any sort of conversation, attention, whatever it is purely transactional. Now, you could get into the mental health of this and talk about whether or not maybe he was, acting out of a normal mindset or if there was something else going on there. But it's not this webcam girl's responsibility to make sure that every single person is sane when they're interacting with them. And this is kind of the agreement you make when you are paying someone like this. You're kind of just giving it to a stranger that you don't really actually know. And so, in my opinion, I 100% agree with this judgment. It's definitely very sad to see something like this happen. And in my opinion, I do believe that he has a lot of potential. I think that if he fixed his hair up, dressed a little bit more, with clothing that fit him better, and maybe, sit with better posture and, all those things, he could actually find himself a girl that he probably would really like and that would like him back. And he wouldn't need to spend $15,000 on. So I want to know your thoughts on this. Do you agree with the judgment? What do you think about this type of dynamic? Do you think that webcam hosted websites should be removed? Do you think there should be some more regulation on this? What are your thoughts on this? Let me know.